Hey, Josiah, how's it going? Josiah?
Hey.
Who? You're not Josiah.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what?
Sorry,
Kind of trickery.
I didn't tell you that there was going to be a trick at the start of this episode. That's not Josiah. Gosh. Longtime listeners will recognize that I'm talking to someone nice for once. That's right. I'm talking to Chayne Japal, international DJ, spinner of tunes at parties, both informal and quite formal, former writer from the bad old days of Ox, which Josiah and I have talked about quite a bit, current government stooge, handing out the filthy tax dollars that Josiah and I work so hard for to Metric, mostly, I think, is who you give. Do I have to start that again? Can I not say anything negative about Metric? Like, will you get in trouble?
No. I don't think that was anything negative. You know.
Yeah, it's true. You just, it's a government organization that supports Metric. Chayne, thank you for, long time, first time. We were supposed to do this last week, but I bailed on you. So I'm glad you're doing it this week. Thank you for coming on the podcast, Chayne.
Happy to be here, man. I don't know how I did not have being on a podcast about Fugazi on my 2022 bingo card.
Don't say it. Well, there's a first time for everything. And of course, I imagine you've listened to every episode, right? Blink 155, 155. I mean, you and I have been friends, we're close. I imagine you're intimately familiar with the ins and outs of the podcast. Is that correct?
Yeah, man, I have your back and I fully support everything you do. So, where it comes to dedicating, 3, 4, 5 hours.
If you're including the exclusives, yeah, it can be, I would say up to 5 hours a week.
Yeah, man. Of course. I wouldn't miss a second for the world,
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate you putting 155 before your family, before your profession, before your DJing. I mean, that is why you're here, though, because Chayne, something that we've been circling a little bit in the month of August, and maybe behind the paywall, I'll get you to try to pronounce it, but we don't give that shit away for free. Okay. We need to talk about the fact that Fugazi, or I guess Fugazi, as it is frequently utilized in the context of hip hop music. This is a term that has taken over the rap game. Would you agree? And if you wouldn't, can you not say it until later?
I think it's definitely a word that exists that a lot of people that listen to hip hop would be aware of. So.
That's a hedge.
Taken
That's
over.
Fine.
Yeah. I mean, I guess some people like it a lot. So you could say it's taken over.
Thank you. And I did, and I will, and that's going to be the pull quote for this episode. Chayne agrees. It's taking over. And so, you're here to help us, the proverbial us, of course. Josiah doesn't like you. I think that's why he's not here. He kept saying he had a conflict, and also we'll move the time. But it's deeply personal, it seems like, his dislike for you. But we are going to listen to some songs where you will hear people say the word Fugazi. We will talk about the word Fugazi or Fugazi. And maybe by the end, we will have bridged the gap between rap and rock, which I up until this point, I don't think anyone has ever traversed these two genres, right? I mean, do you know of anyone who's ever done rap and rock together?
I think people have tried. They've always tried, but I think you and I together will be able to actually execute.
That's it. This will be, Judgment Night tried. Aerosmith and Run DMC tried, but you and I, we are going to put the puck into the net. We are going to carry the ball over the finish line. We're going to get into Fugazi / Fugazi in hip hop behind the paywall.